Hello guys, KP Shamino here with a new video for Path of Exile 2. And in this video I'm going to show you guys my Titan build. So I'm going to show you guys how you need to play this build. So it's very good in clearing. It's decent on the defensive part. Single target is not really that great, but still doable. Because yeah, they nerfed the warrior very hard. So I wanted to play first the Smith of Kitava, but that's gone. So it's almost unplayable with the new mechanic that you need to stack armor against elemental damage. So that's gone. So I needed to switch to a Titan. That's still doable, but it's a pity that they needed to nerf the warrior so hard. Because you feel it on everything. You feel it on the HP, you feel it on the damage, you feel it on everything. But back to this build guide. So what is the plan? First, of course, gameplay. So you guys will see high-end maps. You will see the Pinnacle boss in the Citadel too. All at the highest tier 4 level. So that's the first. If you're still interested after that, I will show you guys the gems, the talent tree. Under this video, Path of Exile, Path of Building 2. I will put it under this video that you guys can check it out. But first the gameplay, and I see you guys after the gameplay.
You cannot stop us. We will take the power that we deserve. You are nothing but a tyrant. I can't. Easy prey. Run, little rabbit! Enough! I'm not ready! Easy prey! I need more time! Easy prey! Shatter and break! As night falls, winter's chill sought the unworthy. Through an endless night, they wither and tarry. Forsaken thrusts, as cold as death, of Beira's misery. The pack won't forget. I'm not ready. I will take out your heart and savor each bite. I can't. I can't hit.
Everyone you have slain.
Enough!
Life, family.
Magic Fiend!
Your turn to come one day.
Brittle! chance! Magic Fiend! You were no warrior. I'm not ready! I'm not ready! Shatter and break! I'm not ready. I can't yet. I can't yet.
The next part, I'm just going to talk about the gems and what you need to take first if you level up. That's very important. And then the next part, I will give a little bit of information. To clear maps and packs, you use two spells, Bone Shatter and Leap Slam. Bone Shatter, then you got Impact Shockwave. This is the first one that you need to take, very important. Then you take Fire Attunement, Defy 1, Armor Break 2, and a Central Call 2. Of course, if you don't have the 2 already, you need to take first the first one, of course. But this is mandatory. Then the next one, Leap Slam Mobility, and it's going to prime stun the enemies. Here one are 2 mandatory, that you take them as soon as possible. That's Brink, and that's Holy Descent. Then you take Momentum, Magnified Area 2, and you take Rapid Attack 2. Then the next one are the single target ones. That's the Hammer of the God. Then you take Heavy Swing. You take Rage Forge 1. Fist of War. Brutality 2. And then Aftershock 2. And then the other single target spell that I'm using is Earthshatter. You take Upheaval. You take Aftershock. You take Rage. You take Rapid Attacks, and you take Close Combat. And then we are using Herald of Ash. Why are we using it? To let explode the packs. So that's Herald of Ash. Be sure that you click it on. So you just do it with right clicking. It's going to consume Spirit. Spirit you will find here at the bottom right. So here we got Cannibalism, very important for survivability. Then Precision I got here, and I got Fire Mastery. And then we got 2 cries too. So the first one is Seismic Cry. You got Corrupting Cry. You got Murderous Intent. And this one is very important. Now you can have 2 times cooldown recovery. So it's going to put the cooldown of this cry very low. From 8 to 6.4 or something, I think. Then we got Infernal Cry. We got Enraged War Cry here. We got Tireless, and we got cooldown recovery, and this is not working, it seems. Maybe I can only take it 1 time, that's possible. And then for the yeah, other gems, you can take one of those. It depends a little bit. If you feel that you're not that strong, you take Scavenge Planting with prolonged duration. And if you feel that you are very strong, you can take Berserk with Herbalism. The next part, I'm going to explain a little bit the mechanics behind all those gems. So for clearing, you need to use Bone Shatter, Leap Slam, and Herald of Ash. So what are you going to do? So Bone Shatter is going to attack enemies with a melee strike. The strike will cause a heavy stun on enemies that are primed for stun. And then if you do a heavy stun, you will get a shockwave. But what is primed for stun? So primed for stun is something that Leap Slam is going to do. Because Bone Shatter cannot stun by himself. So you will see that if you hit an enemy here at the top, you will see a bar, and that's a stun bar. And depending the percentage on the bar and the rarity of the enemy, you will prime an enemy. So you can see it here. So if you hover over it, so you just take primed stun here. So for normal enemies, the bar need to be at 40%, magic 50, rare 60, and unique 70. So what you need to do is the next, so you jump with your leap slam on a pack, and on that moment, the enemies will be primed for stun. And if you do then Bone Shatter in combination with Shockwave, you will have a lot of AoE and exploding things. That's how it works. Why Leap Slam? Because Leap Slam got already a lot of stun built up. It's a mobility spell, and that makes it very easy. So that is what is happening. So you jump on the packs, you prime them, you do Bone Shatter, you get the Shockwave from Bone Shatter and Impact Shockwave in combination with Herald of Ash. That is going to do an explosion, and that is what is going to happen. But you need to understand one thing, because you need to understand this support gem, because if you don't have this, it's possible that you jump on an enemy pack and that you stun so hard that the bar is full and then they already got heavy stunned. But that's of course not what you need to do, because Bone Shatter need to heavy stun. So therefore this is mandatory Brink. So to prevent that you go over the 100% stun on an enemy, you need to use this support gem, because he's going to prevent that. Stun build-up caused by supported skill cannot reach 100%. So you will always prime the packs, then you hit them with Bone Shatter, the shockwaves goes off with the fire of Herald of Ash, and that's why you will see so many damage on the packs in combination with AoE on the tree, and that's what that is doing. Then for the single targets, so Hammer of the Gods. Hammer of the Gods is something that you need to understand how you need to use it. So you will build up glory, and if you got 20 glory, it will pop up and you can use it. There is only one thing that Hammer of the Gods need to do, that's a lot of damage when it's cast. So Hammer of the Gods is a slam, therefore you will see that we got a lot of aftershock in the build on the tree, because if you can do it one time, that's already great, but if you can do it 2 or 3 times, that's more DPS. So what is a combo that is very important with Hammer of the Gods? If you use it, that's the combo with a Seismic Cry. So you need to understand this combo. So Seismic Cry is going to do this. Perform a damaging war cry, knocking back nearby enemies, and heavy stunning enemies are primed for stun. But that's not the most important. If an enemy is heavy stunned, or a currently heavy stunned enemy is hit, this skill empowers slams to perform an additional aftershock. So what do you need to do is, you will see it, or you already saw it in the gameplay. So you see the bar going full on a boss. On that moment I do Bone Shatter, the boss is on the ground, he's heavy stunned, and then you do Seismic Cry, and then you will use your hammer, because you will always get it 2 times then. Because Seismic Cry is going to do an aftershock damage, and therefore it's important that you know that combo. Then the other one for single target is Earth Shatter. So Earth Shatter you will do 1, 2, 3 times, and then you got all the spikes. And then you need to use a cry to detonate the spikes. That's Earth Shatter. So what do you got in Earth Shatter? You got Upheaval, you got 1 Fisher more, only take 1, the 2 is a scam. It's going to lower your DPS with way too much. Then you need to take Aftershock, because you can't have it 2 times the detonation. Every slam aftershot is going to do it 2 times. And then you got this one, Rage 3. Rage 3 is very good. Why it's so good? Because you will get 5 rage if you hit the enemy. And if you are not at the maximum, you get 50% more attack speed. Normally, you can be at the maximum a couple of times. So then your attack speed goes down, but it's very good for the attack speed too. Then you got rapid attack 2. Why is this so good? Because it's it's going to do attack speed, and therefore it's so important. By the way, I see something. I don't have enough dexterity. Yeah, fuck this, man. I just saw it in the video. So I need to do it here. So yeah, let's do this really quick. Here we go. I think this is better. Yeah, here we go. Finally, stuff is starting to work here. So a rapid attack is very good. Why is it so important that you put a lot of attack speed on Earthshatter? First of all, we play a warrior. I'm not sure why they always want to take the attack speed away from us. And of course, upheaval is supported skill have 20% less attack speed. And then the last one is close combat is very good too. But there is a combo that will work too. I'm going to show you guys that. It's a very good combo. So because you can already see here with Rage 3, if you got maximum rage, that attack speed is gone, but you can do something to prevent that. So you just need to take, let me have a look, do I got it here, Rage Forge, and this is a really good combo. So what is Rage Forge going to do? Supported skill, consume 10 rage if possible, and you get just more, 35% more damage. So it synergizes really well with this, and you will always get the attack speed because you will never get to the maximum rage. So this works really well too. So just do this in combination with this. So that was it for the single target. And yeah, Infernal Cry, I put it here just to detonate the fissures and to buff, of course, the... Is this going to buff, by the way? Perform a Warcry, empowering, yes, to empower the attack. So that was it for the gems, guys. Not that complicated. But you need to understand it, of course. Now I'm going to show you guys the talent tree. The next one is a talent tree, so you need to play the Titan for this one, because he is the best at the moment. The Smith of Kitava is not so good anymore. Why? I will explain myself. We got now something that is called percentage of armor is also applies to elemental damage. So what does that mean? You can see it here. That armor now is going to mitigate elemental damage. So you can see it here. If you see to my armor here, you will see estimated fire damage reduction against hits is 81%. And that's a very big problem for the Smith of Kitava. Why is that? Because the biggest armor source in a build is the rare chest. But that's something that you don't use on the Smith of Kitava. On the Smith of Kitava you use a common chest without modifiers, because that ascendancy is putting the modifiers on it. Therefore, Smith of Kitava is done. I'm not sure why they did that. But yeah, that's how it is, and therefore you need to go for the item that you can use a rare chest with a lot of armor on it. So what are the ascendancy? You first take hulking form. Why? Because increased effect of small passive skills. That's very, very good. It's not applying on the attributes. Then you take this one. More armor from your body, so 50% more armor from equipped body armor, and then you just take this one, life. Of course, if you think I got enough life, take this one, the Aftershock. Aftershock is very good. The more Aftershocks we got on the slams, the more damage that we do. So what do you need to do? You start here, so just take those nodes, they are very good. I went to this area too. So why? Because here is the increased area of effect, very important for clearing. And here attack speed. Attack speed is very good, because I don't like to play slow. Then you come here, I just took this because I wanted to go to those nodes, because we are using a shield. If you don't use a shield on a warrior, you will die a lot in the end game. They nerfed the block, by the way, too. It's now maximum at 50. So that's the second nerf, but you need to have it. Because if you don't have a shield, you die every time in the high-end maps. So therefore I went to this cluster. Then we go a little bit to the left here, all armor nodes, just to stack up the armor. Then here are the DPS nodes. Then here is a jewel. Take this jewel. Corrupted blood cannot inflict it on you. It's a shitty debuff that you get, so just take it. Then you go here to this area. So this is the first area that you go. So here you take this cluster. And this is a new cluster, very good too, I need to say. So you got here increased area of effect. And this is not only the increased area of effect, you get the percentage maximum life. One thing that I don't understand either, why did they not put more increased magical life after the update? So they nerfed Giant's Blood. The HP is like 1000 less for me than the previous league. And they put one node more. We had one at the start in the previous league, and now we got two. So take this. This is very important for stunning and for breaking armor. Breaking armor is very important because I think it's 20% more damage you just do. Then this cluster, increased area of effect, and then this is important. So here is one of the nodes. I'm going to two clusters for the percentage armor to prevent elemental damage. Please sure that you take that, because otherwise it's not working. This one. And this is a good cluster too. Why? Because you get 10% chance to defend with 200% armor. That's a lot. Because armor applies now to preventing elemental damage too. And then you go to here. I take blood magic because I don't want to use mana. That's this cluster. And then we go to this area. So this is damage. This is armor again. Take this too. An extra aftershock, 10% aftershock. Like I said, it's very good. And then take this node too for more DPS. This is a very good node too. It's going to give a lot of strength and damage. And then Giant's Blood. So Giant's Blood is now a little bit easier to get, but they nerfed the strength, the HP that you get for strength. So what is Giant Blood going to do? You can wield two-handed axes, maces, and sword in one hand. Triple attributes requirements of martial weapons. So what does that mean? So you can see that I got here a two-hander and a shield in my hand. Normally at the start it's not possible. That's Giant Blood doing. But what did they do? So the requirements, the strength requirements that you need to have, they put that down. So now for my weapon, I only need to have 342 strength. So in the past, I think it was 500-600. So it's a lot easier to get Giant Blood. You need to get that. Otherwise, you don't have the DPS. That's how it is. So be sure that you take that. And then we are coming to this area. This I took to get a little bit cooldown recovery on my war cries, because you need to use them the entire time for the Earthshatter. And this is a second cluster you need to take, once again, to apply the resistance on your armor against elemental damage. So this one and this one. And then you will get the numbers that you see here. So that was it, guys. It's straight on. It's not that hard. So, yeah. Is there something that you need to... I would go as soon as possible to Giant's Blood. It will make the campaign a lot easier, in my opinion. And then, of course, be sure that you stack armor enough and that you got DPS enough, because you need to have the DPS to use on the Leap Slam. Otherwise, you cannot prime the enemies. Be sure that you take this cluster to build up the stun. But it's straight on. It's not that... I didn't want to make an overcomplicated build that you go like over here and here. For my anointment, I took this one, but this is... ignore that. That's from the previous one, from the previous league. This was very important, because you need to have a lot of strength for Giant Blood, but that's now done. I'm not sure whether I want to take maybe this one. Projectile Bulwark is a good one, just to get more armor in. Maybe this one, but this is an expensive one. Like I said, attack speed is very good if you can get it. Let me have a look. So it's this one. This is one that I probably want to take on my anointment, on my amulet too, but it's very expensive. So increased attack speed 10% and then chance to blind enemies on hit with attacks. That's not so bad either. But at the moment, I don't know. So that was it for the talent tree. I will show you guys quick the equipment. The equipment, so we need to use a mace, because that's the only weapon that we can use. What do you need to have on a mace? So first of all, put the 2 runes in it, increased physical damage. And then, yeah, you just need to have physical damage on it. Increased physical damage, add physical damage, and increased attack speed. The reduced attribute, I'm not sure it's still needed on the weapon, but if you can get it, get it. And then for the gear, you can see that I got in every piece soul core of G20, so that's more HP, plus 3% increased maximum life. Do that, because yeah, like I said, you need to have the life. Then it's always a little bit the same that you will find on every piece. So you will find armor, so always go with strength bases. Don't start doing evasion gear and all that stuff, because we need to have the armor. And the problem is too, then you need to get dexterity in your build and all that stuff. So try to get with strength bases, that you only need to have strength to use it. So you can see life comes back, strength comes back, because strength is still giving life, not that much anymore than before. But yeah, we don't have other resources to get life. So it's strength, because we don't have it on the tree. We can have it on the items, therefore you will see life, strength, and then of course resistance. You still need to cap your resistance to 75. By the way, don't forget about your chaos too. Chaos is very important, because yeah, otherwise you die, so don't ignore it. So that's the helm. Then on the chest, that's just the same, life, fire. And what I like to do is I like life regeneration too. Life regeneration is such a good stat in this game, it's unbelievable. So you can see that I got 200. If I jump and I'm using holy descent, it's 400. If you are squeezy, just take a little bit more on the tree. So here is a good cluster. And here is a good cluster. Just take that and you will go to 600-700. Because it's so strong, you're standing on a boss. The problem is you got only 1 life flask. If you're on a boss and it's hard for you, you can just jump. You stand there and you heal yourself full in 3 seconds if you got a lot of life regeneration. Therefore, you will see that I'm using this chest too. This chest got regenerate 1.7% of maximum life and got life regeneration. And once again, be sure that you stack a lot of armor here too. For, of course, the elemental damage. Then the gloves just the same. Life, strength, resistance, armor once again. And the boots, increased movement speed and strength and resistance that you need to have to cap your 75%. And then the build, yeah, once again the same. Life regeneration, resistance, life, and here I got armor. And then I'm going to talk about the rings. So the rings, you can see here on the rings you try to cap your resistance once again. Life is here, and resistance once again, and life is here too. So that's it. And then for the amulet, life, I got increased maximum life percentage. That's very rare. You can get here all attributes on it. Life regeneration is here too. So it's always the same that comes back. Life, resistance, regeneration. It's most of the time on all the... and armor. Armor, use armor, gear. That's very important. And then for the shield... So I like to go with high armor on the shield, life, resistance once again, and then additional physical damage reduction. So I'm using this flask, so 24% of recovery applied instantly. If you click it that you get it. And mana is not important at the end because we got blood magic. I'm using this one, so plus 18% to chaos resistance. The charm, why is that? Because yeah, it's not capped. So that's it. So that was it for the gear, guys. I will show you guys now really quick how you need to play it. I will show you guys really quick a map. So I got something here that... so you need to watch a little bit the the waystones, because there is a lot of stuff that is going to make your life very, very hard if you don't watch it. So you need to understand a couple of things. So temporarily change, that's just not fun. It's going to go slow, but at the end, it's not going to kill you. But what is going to kill you? A couple of things. So monsters have 125% increased stun built up. That can be problematic at the start because you cannot prime the enemies. So they are a little bit more resistance for stun. Another thing that is not so good is player have 40% less recovery rate. At the start you don't feel that, but if you go to hard maps and you just, get your life 40% less back, that's very hard. Then less cooldown is not so fun either, because that's applying on your Warcry. So if you need to wait to detonate your features, that's a problem too. So everything on those maps, I'm not sure why GTG is doing that, but they got so many shit modifiers on those maps. It's unbelievable. So you need to watch that a little bit, so don't get overexcited. It's not really a reason why you get so many modifiers on it. Why is that? Because, you get just a little bit more waystone drop chances. That's it. And you can see waystones are not really a problem. So I will show you guys a little bit the play. So I got here a blue map. I'm going to show you guys it. So you can see here, put it a little bit like this. So you just jump on enemies and you will see that we are going to prime them for stun. How can you see that? So you jump on them, and now they are primed. You see it here. So the stun bar is full, then you do this. Yeah, I was a little bit late because the prime is running away. And then the Bone Shatter is going to do the shockwave, and then you see the explosion. And that's it for just clearing around. So you can see it here. So they will not get heavy stunned because of Brink. But yeah. At some point you will just kill them with Leap Slam, but here you can see it, bang. So that is a detonation from the two shockwaves that is happening. And then what can happen? So sometimes you will have like yellow one, but the first thing that you need to try is try to blowing up with the shockwave of the Bone Shatter. If that does not work, so you need to use your Earth Shatter. So just do 1, 2, 3, use the cry, bang, he's dead. Of course you can throw your Hammer of the Gods too if it is a very difficult one, or if you're scared to go too close. Sometimes that is that they are doing a lot of crap. Just throw the Hammer of the Gods on his head. Most of the time it will kill him. So that's it a little bit, guys. So I cannot say more. Let's go really quick. Is the boss here already, or do we need to kill first probably all the rares? I will do it really quick, that you guys can see it, because you can sprint now. One of the best features that they ever introduced. It makes almost movement speed on boots useless. So this was a yellow one. And this is, by the way, a level 80 map. So it's not that I'm doing at the moment a tier 5 map. It looks a little bit like that, but that's not the case, by the way. So where do we need to go? Because we need to kill first all the yellows, and then the boss will pop up. But I want to show you guys the boss. Oh, there is something here that is... So just Earth Shatter, do this. I'm going to throw now here the Hammer of... Oh, this is a healing, dude. Look this guy going. There we go. I think it was another Exile, this one. So, yeah, that sometimes is a little bit shitty. If you sprint and you hit something, you stop. But they probably did it on purpose. They will not change that. I can understand that. Because otherwise, yeah, you can just sprint the entire time at maximum speed. So they needed to put something in that you cannot sprint the entire time. Because otherwise it's very, very overpowered. Like I said, you never need to put movement speed anymore in any build. Here you go. Did you guys saw that? Was a yellow pack. Okay, there is one over there. I think that's the last yellow one, and then I hope that the boss is going to pop up. But you can see that defensive-wise, it's not really a problem. If you have a look to your modifier, but if you start stacking the modifiers, you will die too, because things are one-shotting you. I tested it. If you go too crazy with the heavy damage modifiers, like increased damage, ignoring your resistance and all that stuff, doing increased elemental damage, yeah, bosses will one-shot you. If you play on the highest tier on your Atlas. Is this the last one? Did the boss popped? Is this, by the way, a boss area? I'm not sure, by the way. I think... Oh, I need to watch it, because I got poison. I thought we had... I need to watch a little bit on the play, because I'm now watching... Oh, he's there, okay. I see him. So let's go to him. So what do you need to do is if you started, so here is, you just start doing your fissures, but there was something important that I forgot to say. So I got armor breakage on Bone Shatter, so be sure that you do that. So now his armor is fully broken, you can see it here. So just throw in between, and then if you got 3 fissures, you use a war cry. So that's now he's stunned, and I played it wrong. Normally you need to do cry, and you need to do this Hammer of the Gods, but he's already gone. And then you will see 1, 2. So I needed to use a cry after a heavy stun. So here we go again. So do a couple of bone shatters, and then you just 3 fissures, cry. And here is again. Now we are going to do the hammer. I hope he stays here. It's not... Yeah, it was 2 times 2. We were lucky even 3 times. That's not bad, but he moved. So that's what you need to do. It's very simple. 3 fissures, use a cry. 3 fissures, use a cry. Break the armor with Bone Shatter. Now he's going... Now he's primed for stun. I think I can throw him at the ground. Now I'm going to do it right. So you do this. Cry. Hammer of the Gods. And now you will see the difference. This is good play, by the way. Do you guys see his HP melting? Yeah, and here I'm dead. I was not focused. That's the meteor that he's throwing. Normally you need to dodge that. So that was it, guys. Enjoy the build. Thanks for watching. Have fun. Bye-bye.